Hello everyone, good evening. How are you all doing today? My name is Monfik Ryan Abu, your mindset reset and self-leadership coach. Good afternoon. Just checking my lights to just see if I can get this thing brighter a bit. Maybe it's a bit better. Hello everyone, good evening. I hope you are all doing great today, wherever you are in the world that you're joining me. I'm so grateful. This class was supposed to be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I had to change it to 4 p.m. because I have something came up, something really urgent came up, so I couldn't really start at 5 like I had planned. So I just wanted to meet you guys midway and start at past 4, even if I said 4 o'clock. I hope I didn't mess up anybody's schedule that was expecting to join me live here this evening. Good evening. My son is joining us here. Okay, Ran, how are you, darling? How are you? Hi. So how is everyone doing this evening? I would like to start this class. I know it's going to be recorded, so for those that are not able to join me at the very beginning, and I would hopefully they'll watch the replay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Shola. There's smoke coming out of this my head now, plenty smoke. So I hope you all are doing great today, wherever you are. Thank you, Shola, for joining me. Thank you, Imran, for joining. Let me just still see if one or two other persons will join, then we'll start. So I want to thank you all for being here first and foremost. Imran, how is Sharif doing? I hope he's fine. I hope Sharif is fine. Okay, so today we are going to talk about validation. Today is about self-validation. So welcome to Candid Conversations. This is a new segment that will be taking place regularly on Instagram on a bi-weekly basis. I'm still trying to decide the best time for people. I usually have my live classes on Sundays, so I think I'll go back to Sundays because a lot of people are very busy during the week, which I perfectly understand. And I know a lot of feedback I've been getting from people is that they may not be able to make it because it's a Thursday and it's middle of the week, and I know it's difficult. So my apologies for putting this on a Thursday, and that is part of why I'm on live here today, to really elicit your feedback. Shola, you are here. Tell me the best time that will work for you. I'm starting, this is the first edition of Candid Conversations. This is a Instagram live class, which will also happen on Facebook as I continue to do it, and based on the feedback. And it's something I liked. I'm going to start doing, or I've started doing basically, but it's very important for me to get your feedback, not just only on the timing, but also on the kind of topics you would like to hear. Okay, so for those that don't know me, I know the people tuned in right now, they already know me, but for the benefit of those that watch the replay or just bump into this video, my name is Monfik Ryan Abu. For the past 14 years, I've been helping working mothers to I've been a trainer and a coach for over 14 years. My background is in banking, but along the way I've always liked and had this passion for teaching others and training other people and helping people to find their God-given innate potential, because I know a lot of people go through life not really knowing their potential, knowing their innate abilities. Based on your life situation, your circumstance, or your background, there are certain preset things you do in your life, or you are expected to do or required to do, and that is what you are used to. Some people even study what they study in college, as they call it here, or university as we call it back home, is based on Okay, great. Thank you for letting me know, Shola, that this time works for you. So I hope other people that watch the replay of this video will tell us the best time too that works for them. I hope Sunday works for you as well, Shola, at this time on a Sunday. So there is a likelihood that that will be when more people will be able to join in, because the more the merrier, and when there are more people tuned in, there will be more exchange of knowledge, because it's captioned Candid Conversations. So the whole idea is, I don't want to just hear myself talk. I would like to get your feedback. And please feel free, anybody out there, if you want to join me live, if you have something to contribute, share your experience about how you've been able to turn your life around, because I'm a coach that helps working mothers develop a growth mindset. I help working mothers develop a growth mindset, build resilience, and take action to turn their pain into power, actualize their potential, and achieve their purpose in life, professionally and personally. That's what I do. So if you have a story, I'm putting this out there, if you have a story of how you've been able to transform your life from a place of pain into power, I would love to hear what are the philosophies that you live by, what are the what are the strategies that you put in place, what are the insights, what are the knowledge, what is the knowledge that you got that helped you to turn your life around, and most importantly, what was the state of your mindset when you did this? So thank you all for joining me. Again, this is Candid Conversations by Monfik Abu. It's an opportunity to hear from for me to tell you guys and share ideas about how you can be able to turn things around for yourself. You understand how you can turn your pain into power, how you would live beyond your circumstance, how you can change your circumstance and not allow your circumstance to change you. You know, what you go through life is not based on your situation, it's based on your experience. You know, my story of turning my pain into power started when I lost my mom when I was 19 years old, and she was only 37 years old when she died. And I watched her suffer through heart disease several years before she died. There was a time when I was 16, she lost her memory. There was another time when she lost her memory. That was the one I remember the most. Then the time, the illness, she got stroke at the time she died. She was sick for almost 2 months in hospital. At that time, at 19, I was very naive. I was very self-conscious. I was riddled with self-doubt. But having to be the person to be with my mom at that stage in her life when she couldn't do anything, that situation helped me to find my inner strength. And even when she didn't make it and she lost her battle to stroke and she passed away, unfortunately, may her sweet soul rest in perfect peace. I miss her every day, but I've just have this innate strength from that experience that I've been able to use in every aspect of my life. And most especially, aside from the fact that she had heart disease, she was a very strong person. She never accepted defeat in her life. She was always trying to make something of herself. She wanted to be a teacher. She accomplished her goal of being a teacher. She went back to school even after she had me. There were a lot of situations that she struggled with, and she shouldn't have been able to achieve the much she did at the age of 37, and she achieved so much because of sheer willpower. So I know for a fact that in life, your circumstance should not define you. You can define your circumstance. And I will elaborate on this with a little story that I share a lot in my training sessions or in my coaching sessions with clients. And this is a story of the egg, the carrot, and the coffee bean. So a young lady got married and she moved out of her home, of course, because she's married, and moved to her husband's home, many, many miles away from where she lived. Don't ask me where she lived or which country, but I know that where she lived was so far away from where her husband lives. So she moved and to stay with her husband now that she's married. But in this new town, she didn't know anybody. She was miserable. She didn't have any friends. She couldn't even find work, and her husband went to work every day and his life was normal and there were no changes, and she was so embittered and tired of the situation. Even when she tried to talk to people, the language was different, the way of life was different, and she just couldn't find her place. Thank you so much, Bifab. Thank you so much, Jamila. I appreciate your greetings. Thank you. So she couldn't find her place. So she was so depressed, so depressed. So at some point, she had to call her mother to come and visit her. At least let her have somebody familiar to talk to. So her mother came to visit her, and she went on and on about this town, how uncomfortable it was, how unfamiliar it was, how their ways were different, their language was different, the place was difficult to survive in, to live in. She just couldn't find her place. So her mother said, okay, let's just let's just go into the kitchen and have something to eat. So she took 3 pots from the drawer in the kitchen and put them on the stove, and put on the fire to cook in the 3 pots at the same time. She put water on each pot. 1 pot she puts an egg, the second pot she put a carrot, and the third pot she put a coffee bean. So after boiling those 3 pots for a few minutes, she turned them off, then asked her daughter, what do you see? So her daughter said, I see coffee, I see tea, and I see coffee, I see carrot, and I see an egg. So the mother brings out the egg. The mother says, you see the egg? The egg, before it went into the water, its shell was very tender. The insides were malleable, was very light and liquid, and it couldn't really withstand anything. But by the time it entered the hot water, which for the sake of metaphor, we'll say the hot water is the adversity of life, the outside of the egg became really hard. The inside became even harder. The yolk was so strong, and the white part of the egg was also very strong. So the mother opened the pot with the carrot and said, for the carrot, the carrot was very strong and really nice before it went into the water. But as soon as it came out of the hot water, it became soft and really couldn't withstand the heat. Then for the coffee bean, it did something wonderful. It changed the color of the water. So what are you? Are you an egg? Are you the carrot, or are you the coffee bean? So please tell me in the comment section. So I would like to start by asking you a question. How many times have you been in a situation where you thought you could not survive and somehow survived it? I have a lot of survivors here that are joining us. I don't want to call any names, but there's one person here that I feel that she's one of the strongest people that I know, and she survived cancer, and now she's an advocate telling people about how to spot cancer, early detection, and cancer of the breast specifically, how to spot it, early detection, and how to survive, using her story. There are many people in our lives that we know that because of the adversity, they were able to become better than they are today. So today we are going to talk about validation. So I'm throwing the question again to you guys. How many times have you thought you couldn't do something and ended up surprising yourself? How many times have you thought that you will not survive a situation and ended up not only surviving it, but conquering that situation? Because the human potential, the ability of you as a person, it is bigger than you. Your potential, the ability that you have, your strength, it is bigger than you. Your spirit is bigger than your physical body. And every human being has that innate capacity to withstand anything. So what is validation? We are talking about self-validation today. Validation is basically the ability of being able to accept a situation, whatever comes of that situation, or whatever the experience, good or bad, you accept it, and you take it, and you don't judge it. That is validation. And like when you are trying to look at the validity of something, that thing is authentic, that thing is what it is, that thing is valid, that thing is solid. A lot of people live their lives waiting for validation from other people because you feel that you need another person's opinion for you to survive, or you need another person's consent for you to make a step in your life. So the whole idea of self-validation is to tell you that you are the only person that you need to survive. You are the only person, the ability that the permission that you are looking for lies with you. Because you have your own innate experience. No external person, no matter how close that person is to you, can tell you about your own experience. The person may understand, may have had a similar situation, but the person cannot really exactly tell you your own experience. I have to say thank you to a lot of people that are joining me here that I haven't seen in a while. Chinelo, hi, how are you? Kobo Naira, thank you so much for being here. Caro Rightbo, thank you so much for being here. Some people have never joined my live class before. Jamila Tafida, thank you. BFAB, thank you so much for being here. Hetty Brown, Unlimited, Business Wells, Shola, a whole lot of people here, and I'm so grateful to have you guys here. And I would love to get your contributions. I would like your comments to be the what to direct me in the whole presentation today. So good evening all, one and all, or good afternoon for those that are here in Canada with me. My name is Monfik Ryan Abu. I'm a mindset reset coach and a self-leadership coach. So what I do is that I help working mothers to turn their pain into power, actualize their potential, and fulfill their purpose in life, personally and professionally. And I do this through my coaching programs and also my coaching programs and speaking activities and one-on-one coaching. Okay, so that is what I do. So I've been a coach for over 14 years. And the reason I specialize on mindset is that I've discovered from experience and from my studies and my certifications and working with a lot of clients. I've been able to work with more than 3,000 clients and counting. So I've noticed that the fundamental thing that makes people not to succeed is their perception, aka their mindset, their worldview, how they see the world. Okay, so today I want to talk in this first episode of Candid Conversations, which is going to be a regular session I'll be having on Instagram and on Facebook. For those that follow me on Facebook, it's just my name, Monfik Abu. Do I have some professional pages on Facebook as well? So basically, that is what I'm going to talk about today, self-validation. All right, so self-validation is that your own innate ability to be able to support yourself, don't judge yourself, give yourself permission to do the things that you need to do. You do not need somebody else's permission to be able to get ahead in life. If you're a working mother, you are thinking that it's until your husband gives you consent to do something that you'll be able to do it. I think you are shortchanging yourself, because your husband may just be waiting for you to take the bold step so that he can support you when he has seen that you can prove yourself to a large extent. So we as women should stop saying, we should not only keep saying something we will do, we should actually start taking steps and doing those things we want to do. Okay, so I have my presentation here, so I'll read from here sometimes and I'll look at you guys, so please bear with me. So first of all, I'd like to tell you guys, you have been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. Okay, so this is what Louise L. Hay says, and she is the founder of Tiny Buddha, a gratitude journal, and she also is an author. So I use some of her work in this presentation that I'm going to teach you all today about the key ways you can validate yourself. Number one, make a you section in your daily gratitude journal. First of all, I need to ask each and every one of you, how many of you keep a gratitude journal? A gratitude journal is basically a journal that has a lot of highlights on the things that you are grateful for. A lot of people, why they do not achieve certain things in their lives, or they feel that they need permission from other people, is that they do not really take stock of what they are grateful for. In life, you have to do a lot of self-reflection. You shouldn't use somebody else's benchmark to analyze yourself, or you don't use somebody else's opinion to benchmark yourself, I would say. You should try to see what is distinct about you that makes you unique. Everybody is in his own life's journey. While you can use somebody else to like a role model. Another person has his own journey. You have your own journey. So we have to start giving ourselves as mothers a lot more credit, because we are the first lens our children used to see the world. We are wonderful. We are awesome. The fact that we birth a child is a wonderful blessing that is not easy for people to achieve. So it's very important. Yes, thank you, Shola. It's very important to keep a gratitude journal. How has the experience been for you keeping a gratitude journal? For me, not only do I write on the journal the things I'm grateful for, have you guys at the end of every particular day written down what did I achieve today? A daily achievement journal is also important. A gratitude journal, it could just be a book that you use to write down the things that you want to do that day. At the end of the day, you write what you've been able to achieve. But the beginning of a particular day, write down the things that you are grateful for. The things that are good in your life that you've been able to achieve, you write them down. It's so important for you to chronicle the things that you are grateful for. So you should have a section for yourself in your gratitude journal. While you are looking at the external things you are grateful for, the internal things you are grateful for, what about the things about you that you are grateful for? You understand? So it is very fundamental for you to have that section in your gratitude journal. What are the specific things about yourself that you are grateful for? It helps you to validate yourself. And another thing I would say is that expectations. A lot of people suffer in their lives because they have unusual expectations from other people. You see, when you expect something from somebody, that is when they will betray you because you trusted them. If you expect something, if you expect to be given something and you are not given that thing, you take it that that person is selfish. If you expected a job and you didn't get the job, you start feeling, okay, maybe I wasn't qualified or something. Instead of you to expect something from an external situation, expect from yourself. Whatever you expect from another person, you think the person can do it for you, expect it from yourself so you can do it for yourself. So expectation, reducing your expectation of others and increasing your expectation of yourself helps you. It's another key way to overcome lack of self-validation, as it were. Because I said it in the post of this class, that woman that can validate herself is the most powerful woman in the room. Is the most powerful woman, literally, because she doesn't need anybody's consent to take charge of her life. If there's something she needs to get done, she just gets it done. You know, in my own life, a lot of times in my business, before I started this business, I kept waiting for permission from external environment. I kept looking for a time. I kept waiting that something would happen before I start the business. It's until I stopped waiting for permission and I started what I needed to start. That's when I started seeing a quantum leap in my business. If you put yourself out there and just get prepared for anything, just be ready to face risk, be ready to face your fears, and also be ready to face criticism from people. But stop criticizing yourself because people are already doing enough of that behind your back. Start exalting yourself for a change because you are the only person you can really rely on when push comes to shove is you. So that's really what self-validation is all about. So make a you section in your gratitude journal. Of course, this assumes I'm assuming you already keep a gratitude journal. So learn to celebrate all the good things in your day. If you don't, you can still have a few minutes every day to give yourself some credits. It's so important. We like to get things done. It's okay. Get things done. But if you have 10 things to do and you're able to do one, don't undermine it. That is something. That is less than 10. You now have 9 left. Then you do another one. Take it step by step, one at a time, and give yourself credit every time as you go along. So that when somebody comes and tell you, is this all you could do? You don't feel bad that that person does not appreciate what you were able to do. You take it, and because you are celebrating the milestones. Another way to self-validate yourself is that don't look at the outcome all the time. Please send hearts if anything I'm saying makes sense to you. Joy Michael Lobot, thank you so much for joining. Please, each of you, as you are here, please tell me where you're joining me from. That would really mean a lot to me so that I can get to know you. Tell me where you're joining me from. Tell me what you do. Send me hearts. Let me know that whatever I'm saying that resonates with you, put a heart up. Let me know that particular point I just made resonates with you. And if you disagree with anything, please feel free also to let me know so that I can tweak my presentation next time for the next class, which is coming in another 2 weeks. And most especially, I would love you guys here right now to choose a topic that you'd like me to cover in the next class. Otherwise, I will just choose a topic within a week and do a post about it. Okay, now if you expect external validation from other people, ask yourself, what do I hope that that person tells me? You know that you've done such a good job. You will feel overwhelmed and underappreciated. Oh, you're joining from Mississauga. Thank you, Joy Michael, for joining from Mississauga. I'm so appreciative of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Others that are here, please let me know where you're joining me from. I'll really love to know more about you so that I can. Thank you, Shola. You're joining from Nigeria. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so another key way for overcoming or achieving self-validation is that thing you want somebody else to tell you, tell it to yourself. You know how you do something, like as a mother, when you wake up in the morning, as soon as you open your eyes, or as a wife, or as a human being generally, you are an adult, you already have your job, you have your family responsibilities, maybe you have a business on the side, you have your relationships, you have your assignments for the day, you have your meetings, you have clients to meet, people to deals to seal, and a lot of things. Only at the end of the day, you just get home. Maybe nobody even tells you, acknowledges that you are home. Nobody even appreciates the things that you do. It is really, really difficult. It can be really, really frustrating. But what I would encourage you guys to do is you need to, whatever you're expecting that person to say, in a way to appreciate you, whoever that person is in your life, try to say it to yourself. Try to say it to yourself. It will give you some succor. Like sometimes I look in the mirror sometimes, because between motherhood, business, work, the day-to-day struggle, everything I have to face, at the end of the day, it's quite overwhelming. Then I look at the mirror and tell myself, Monfik, well done, you did a good job. Right now in this class, I'm hoping I'm doing a good job, but even if I'm not doing a good job, I have to just keep working at it and improve my craft every single day with practice. But at the end of the day, people will criticize you, but don't be the one to criticize yourself first. If people criticize you and it's constructive, please add it and learn and improve. But don't allow one criticism spoil all the good things you have done. Negative feedback, if you take a negative opinion and you work with it, that one negative opinion can mess up all the positive opinions that you have of yourself. You understand? Don't allow people's negative opinion to hold you back. Thank you so much, Joy. Thank you. That means a lot to me. That means a whole lot to me. I've not been live in a whole while, so I'm just getting into it again. So if I make any mistakes, please bear with me. I will get better next time. So before you seek external validation, like I said before, ask yourself, what do I hope this other person will tell me? Then you tell it to yourself. The odds are you aren't always looking for someone's opinion or someone's advice. But when you hear anything wrong, any opinion that is wrong, it affects you, true or false. A lot of us are hoping that anything that we are doing is something that is making sense, is something other people appreciate. But when one person or two people out of 20 expresses a negative opinion, it breaks us down. So you have to try as a person to always hold your own and don't allow the negative opinion of other people break you down. If it's constructive criticism, like I said before, use it, improve yourself, because learning is an ongoing concern. You cannot say you are a human being and you never learn. Keep learning every single day. Okay? Another key way, number 3 or number 4, I would say, is recognize when you are judging your feelings. Now, what does this mean? If you are in the habit of feeling bad without feeling down or insecure or generally having emotional reactions to emotions, you will inevitably end up feeling stuck and helpless. A lot of people are very judgmental of themselves. Should I do this? Should I not do this? Should I wear this? Should I not wear this? You know, how do I look in this dress? How do I walk in this dress? What will people say when they see me here? We are constantly judging ourselves because we want certain things to go a certain way. You understand? Stop judging yourself. If you really want to have a hold in your self-validation, stop judging yourself. See yourself as a parent of a child version of you. Now, if you were a child, or if you have your own child, how will you treat your child? How would you take care of the child? How would you, encourage the child, pull the child up, make sure the child, even correct the child with tenderness, with compassion, Be a parent to a child version of you. Psychologically, be a parent to a child version of you. That is a way you can be able to hold on to your self-validation and hold it tight. Get in the habit of asking yourself, what do I need right now? The whole thing about mindset, self-validation, self-awareness, self-mastery, the key word is self. The reason I kind of emphasize on the importance of self is that as human beings, we are doing everything we need to do. We are social beings. We have to do things externally. We have to keep up in our responsibilities. We have to be great parents. We have to be great workers. We have to do everything. But at the end of the day, at the very end of the day, literally, in the end, you are by yourself in your room about to sleep at the end of your day, and you are by yourself with your own thoughts. How do you feel about your own self? Do you love you? Are you comfortable with you? You may have a lot of things you have to do for other people and generally in the world, but are you comfortable with you and what you stand for, who you are? So always put yourself first, because if you don't take care of yourself, you won't be able to be there for other people. So self-validation really means validating yourself, standing up for yourself. Do not wait for people to tell you this is okay before you do it. So could you tell me, guys, anybody that is still there, tell me instances in your life where you have validated yourself. When you validate yourself, you feel so happy in your heart that, yes, I've been able to achieve this. Yes, I've been able to do this for myself. So anybody else there, please let me know your thoughts, and I would like to hear any other thing you have to tell me about your own experience of self-validation. This is a candid conversation. This is something that we are sharing together. We are sharing experiences. We are sharing thoughts. So anybody else that is still there, please tell me what has been your self-validation experience or your self-validation journey. What is that business you wanted to start that you were waiting for somebody else to tell you, or the losses you experienced because of the negative feedback from other people you stopped, or certain things in your life that have challenged you? How were you able to overcome it without waiting for somebody else to give you to be the person to give you the permission? Self-validation is not that you should not seek consent from other people or to ask other people's opinion. That is good. But the problem with if you don't have self-validation is that you are constantly waiting for the permission from other people to do something, or you are constantly comparing yourself to another person. That is the whole idea, that you should not do that. You should not compare yourself to other people. You can use other people as your role models to do something, but don't compare yourself to other people, because everybody's journeys are different. So do you guys have a situation where you were struggling, trying to validate yourself, and you were not able to? Do you have any questions for me? This is the time I'll take questions so that I can answer any concerns that you have. This is a candid conversation, so the whole idea is to also hear your feedback and help you out. So Lola, hi. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Tomito Milola. It's a long name. Where are you joining from? Please tell me. Where are you joining from? Hi. So I'd like to share some quotes about self-validation with you guys. Hi, Tommy. Oh, thank you so much for joining from the UK. What do you do, Tommy? Please tell me what you do. I would love to hear what you do. Those of you here, let's know each other. Let's get to understand and know each other, and I would like to know more about you guys that follow me on this page, because I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Now, I'd like to share some quotes about self-validation while I'm waiting for people to tell me more about themselves before I end the discussion today, because like I said, it's a discussion. I'd like to hear your feedback. So there's a quote from Leclerc that says, if you live for people's acceptance, you will die from their rejection. Oh, wow. Joy, this is so amazing. Becoming a PSW, most people think it's a dirty job, but I enjoy helping sick people. That is so amazing. That's so noble, Joy. That's so noble of you. Well done. Because it also has to do with, what do you love for yourself? When it comes to your job, there are some people, they will say, no, that kind of job, I will never do it. I will never, it's beneath me. Nothing is beneath you. It's what you love. Whatever you love, and that is what you find your passion. They said, Jay Shetty, I was listening to his podcast this morning. He said, if you cannot find your passion through if you cannot find your purpose in life through your passion, you should find your purpose in life through your pain. Okay? You should find your purpose in life through your pain, not just your passion. Okay? So I'm so happy for you, Joy Michael Obot, for what you do. And I want you not to look at what people are saying, the assumption they have about your kind of job. You should, because you want to help people that are sick, which is so noble and such a blessed job. You should just keep doing what you're doing. Well done to you. Well done. Well done. Well done. I was just giving a quote of, if you live for people's acceptance, you will die from their rejection. That is by Leclerc. You do not, people will never accept you for who you are. Everybody is different. There are certain people of different types, different races, different religions. You have to accept people for who they are. You shouldn't be expecting that people will. And the thing about self-validation is, you shouldn't wait for people to accept you. You first of all should accept yourself. And don't base the acceptance of yourself until people accept you. It's just like believing in yourself too. You must believe in yourself before other people can believe in you. And I mentioned that one of the ways to enhance your self-validation is to stop expecting something from other people. Because if you don't expect something from another person, you will not be disappointed. If the person does something wonderful for you, it's a blessing and you appreciate it. But when you don't expect something from the person, that way you are always on top. You are always confident. You can always hold your own. You have your own authority because you are not expecting something from the other person. So it's very important not to live for people's acceptance, because you will die from their rejection. Another important quote I'd like to share with you guys is, your sense of worth from outside yourself. Your sense of worth from outside yourself. Don't let other people tell you how much you're worth. Decide for yourself. It's called self-worth, not others' worth. Don't let other people tell you what you are worth. Decide that for yourself. Once you wait for validation from other people, you are kind of expecting them to evaluate you, expecting them to assess you before you assess yourself. There was a time that I was when I was in the banking industry many years in Nigeria. I wasn't even a bank manager then. I had a colleague that was thinking of going to another bank. Had actually gotten an offer to go to another bank and start working in the other bank. And she was given a time frame to resume in the other bank. And she spent that entire time asking other people if she should leave where she was to go to the next bank. Of course, everybody would tell her, you stay, play safe, be where you are. And she listened. And she never went to the other bank. She didn't get the higher pay. She didn't move to the other bank. And less than a few weeks after, she lost her job. And imagine how she felt. Imagine how she felt. She may have gotten to another place and been able to improve exponentially, get a higher pay, start from do something else, improve her portfolio, her experience, and all that was lost because she's waiting for somebody else or other people to tell her, no, it's okay to go. Nobody can tell you what you are worth. You know what you are worth. You should spend your time trying to learn, what am I worth? How many times have you waited for somebody to tell you this is what you should do and they never came through for you? A lot of you, when you start your business, you are waiting that your own relations will patronize you. Usually they are the last people that patronize you. I used to be in a job that I would be thinking that person is a family friend. That's the person I will go to, and the person will seal the deal for me to get some clients for my job. And that's the last person that will seal the deal. That's also the last person that will refer me to somebody else that will seal the deal. So sometimes the most important person you have is yourself. Yes, Tommy, please tell me way too many times. Tell me your experience. So many times you wait for other people and they disappoint you. All the time, they disappoint you. When you depend on people to build you up, they will have the same power to break you down. You don't need their validation to know your own worth. When you wait for people to bring you up, to build you up, they'll have the same power to break you down. The thing about self-validation is that the power you should have for yourself. The thing about not having self-validation is that if you don't have it, you give your power to someone else. Like your future, you give it to someone else. It's impossible. You shouldn't do that to yourself. The greatest gift we should give our own children is the gift of self-validation. For example, my daughter has gone to work now. She's 17. She goes to work at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, or she leaves the house though at 10 to catch the bus and go to work. She's at work from 12 o'clock to 8 p.m. at night. She doesn't get a bus back home until 8:50 p.m. So she sits at the bus station till 8:50 p.m. Then she gets home at about maybe past 10 or thereabout. And it's so hard for her. She's never gotten this kind of stressful job. And the job itself, it entails getting donors to help blind people that need dogs. So she has to go from house to house looking for donors to help the blind people that need dogs to guide them and take them around for when they can't see. Because they can't get those dogs themselves, like for veterans that are blind and, But she tells me, Mommy, I love it. You would think that you are going from door to door, maybe somebody will say or something. And she doesn't, she is so dedicated and committed to this job. Even when her dad would like, is she not stressed? She says she's fine. You don't need other people to tell you something is okay. You need to follow your heart. You need to follow your passion. If your inner voice, that thing called intuition, there'll be another class we'll talk about intuition. Intuition is a big thing. How many times have you heard a voice in your head telling you these are the steps you are supposed to take? These are the specific steps you are supposed to take. Then you want to take it. Then you just say, let me ask my friend. And your friend that knows nothing about it will give you a whole full 10 reasons why or 13 reasons why you shouldn't do that specific thing. And you end up not doing it. It's good to listen to your intuition. There's another quote here. I don't broadcast every high and I don't hide every low. I'm trying to live. I'm not trying to convince the world I have a life. I don't broadcast every high and I don't hide every low. I'm trying to live. I'm not trying to convince the world I have a life. So I love this particular quote. When you depend on people to build you up, I've read that before, don't seek their attention, require their respect. It lasts longer and it is genuine reflection of how they feel about you. You know, for social media, you know, for us in businesses, we get when you get a lot of likes on social media, don't let it get to your head. It doesn't mean anything. It means a lot that you are getting likes, a kind of an ego booster, massages your ego a little bit. But what we need is a conversion. Is a client to buy your product, or is a client to hire you as a coach. The likes alone is not all that will make the business. The likes are just there. You know, so there are people in business on social media and all they get is likes, but they are not converting. They are not making sales. They are not marketing their product to be able to make sales. They market their product to get likes. You understand? So you get likes and it massages your ego and you feel validated by other people. But you really don't need that. You have to self-validate yourself. Sometimes you create content for social media. You also need to create content for us that create content for a living. You also need to create content for your clients. So if I'm going to teach validation in my coaching class, it won't be exactly like this. It will be more detailed than this. But this one is to enable you have a sense of what is this woman is talking about. You understand? So you should live a life not waiting for other people to give you attention. Instead, allow them to do not wait for other people to give you attention. What you need from them is not their attention, but their respect, because it's their respect that lasts longer than their attention. Okay, so I have 2 more quotes for you guys here to share, and I would love you guys to still tell me your experiences. Stop looking outside for scraps of pleasant or fulfillment, or pleasure or fulfillment, for validation, security, or love. You have a treasure within that is infinitely greater than anything the world can offer. And this is by Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle is a spiritual master. He's a very, very wise man. He has a lot of teachings about the relationship between your soul, your self-mastery, your inner self. You know, who are you on the inside? That is really what I try to focus on as a coach, because who you are in the inside beats anything on the outside. Who you are on the inside as a person beats anything else you have on the outside. Who you are, your character, your capacity as a person, how you carry yourself, your aura, the grace that you have, how you treat other people, how you talk to people beats any situation on the outside. It is who you are that determines how the situation in your life plays out. It's not what you do. It's not how experienced you are or how intelligent you are. It's how you carry yourself, your perception, your mindset, your outlook. So I hope I've been able to do some justice, even if a little, to this topic. And I am still waiting for your questions. Otherwise, I'll end the class in a few minutes. Thank you so much, Nivian007, for joining. Saida Zinat, Tomitola, thank you so much for joining. You guys, let me know if Thursdays are better for you or Sundays, because I'm thinking the next class in the next 2 weeks will be on a Sunday, not on a Thursday, because something came up and I had to shift the time a little bit because it's a weekday. But during the weekends, it will not change like that so quickly, because at least most weekends people don't work. If you have your business, you work 24/7. Like me, I have to work 24/7, but at least my Sundays will be a bit better than Thursdays. So please let me know what time you prefer to join the Candid conversations, and I'll be inviting a lot of my friends, I would say, to the floor in this session, and we'll be having some of the classes on Facebook, on Instagram, sometimes on Zoom. And I will share the videos for those that is not on live, and for those that are live, I will be here every 2 weeks, bi-weekly on Sundays. So I guess that time works for everybody more. Please just say yes if it does, and I'll be signing out shortly, and I would really love to hear your questions before I sign out. Any questions for me, please? So I thank you all so much for joining. I'm so grateful for all of you that are here today, and I will put this video up for those that are just joining. Okay, Sunday, great. People are talking. Wave. Let me know. Looking forward to the next Candid conversation on Sunday. Thank you to Mitola. Thank you so much. Nivian, thank you so much for joining. Bam just joined. Sunday, Omolara, thank you so much. Omolara, I'll see you this Sunday for our group coaching session as well. So happy that you joined here. I'm so grateful. And this is just a little bit looking at looking at self-validation in a peripheral state. And just to thank you, Joy Michael. Thank you so much. Anifa Sadiq, thank you so much. Thank you for the work you do, Joy Michael. God bless you. I'm so grateful for each of you. I'm so happy. Now people are tuning in. Thank you, Hanifa Sadiq, for the wave. So for those that I didn't get any questions, I hope I get more questions next time. So tuning out. I hope to see you next Sunday in 2 weeks. I'll put the date up. Stay inspired always. Please, hope you. Yes. I will leave a replay. I will. Yes, I will. I'll just post it as a IGTV video. So please look out for it. Joy Michael, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so grateful for all of you, and I want you guys to keep on staying tuned to my page and reading the content and going to my sites to go through my blogs and go through the products and reach out to me. I offer free coaching sessions called Clarity Coaching Sessions, and I would love to work with each and every one of you to help you to unpack the challenges you are facing, help you to turn your pain into power, and see how to help you achieve your goals, especially with work-life balance and other things that we struggle with as women. Work-life balance and time management, those are key areas that I help women to be able to overcome through my coaching programs. And self-confidence, most especially, because everything starts with how you feel here. Then when you are good here, everything else can be handled. So stay inspired always, and remember that the right mindset is always the reset you need for success. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Signing out. Bye.